Hey everyone. Welcome back to the Smut Couch.
Hello.
It's good times.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry. I'm super tired
What's
today.
up?
I'm a little sleepy fella.
Wake up. I'm actually not. This is so random.
What?
I have something to say.
Okay.
This is so random, but I feel like my sleep has majorly improved. This is going to sound like an ad. It's
for
not.
you.
I wish it was. Have you heard about mouth taping?
Yeah, I've
Have you
seen
heard
it
of that?
around. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Is this a sponsored video? Are we
No, I
sponsored by
wish.
mouth taping?
I wish. But I just want to say, if y'all aren't mouth taping while you sleep, you maybe should, because I feel like a new person.
Really?
I'm so serious.
I'm on the complete opposite end, just because the traveling that I did to Colorado and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I've been feeling fresh as a daisy.
Must be
All right,
nice.
describe it for the people. What is mouth tape?
Mouth taping, y'all know what mouth taping is?
You take
It's
some duct
when-
tape and you just...
Not duct tape. So like I don't know about you guys, but I have allergies. And so I always struggle like I'm
Loser.
sniffly.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sniffly. And so like you can buy this little tape that you put on your mouth so that you don't like mouth breathe. No one likes a mouth breather. If you're a mouth breather, sorry. But it's true. And this sounds like an ad, but it's not. I wish it was. If there's any mouth
right at the
tape,
beginning of my
I
life.
know.
How mouth breathing
I
changed
know.
my life.
Well, I just was like thinking about it. I was like, wait. And it's supposed to improve your like breathing over time. Like
Okay.
and it's supposed to like it's kind of crazy because it makes it so that your brain, because you know when you breathe through your nose, you get more oxygen to your brain.
Sure,
know that?
yeah.
Yeah. And
You
so
say
like
so.
it's true. And so like I feel like I don't know, it's supposed to improve your sleep to breathe through your nose and stuff.
Because you
and-
get less oxygen to your brain?
No,
If you breathe through your mouth, yes.
yeah, more oxygen
Oh.
to your brain if you breathe through your nose.
Yes.
allegedly.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Got it.
That's true.
People said that I should mouth tape while I'm
Science.
awake, so that's interesting.
Ew.
Just tape my mouth so that I don't talk.
But anyways, it's kind of changed my life. So if you guys aren't mouth taping, you should.
Hop on that train. This was a public service announcement.
Yeah, I don't know why I decided to share that, but I just realized how like clear my
Awake and
nose is,
alive
and
you feel?
yes, and I'm
Yeah.
like that's the only thing that's been different.
Maybe I need to
Is
start
it a certain kind of tape?
I bought one actually, I bought one off of TikTok Shop.
Ooh.
Yeah. That we're now eligible for. So
Oh, we are? Are we gonna
yeah.
start getting some
As
stuff
of
in the
this
shop?
morning.
As of this morning?
Yeah,
we're
we got
eligible
an
for the
offer
TikTok
from them
shop?
today. I forgot to tell you.
Amazing.
But yeah, I don't know what the brand is, but maybe we'll start selling it on our TikTok shop.
Why not?
I don't know. Sorry guys, that was
before
so
before
random.
the government bans it, might as well.
Yeah, that was so random. I just have been feeling lovely, and I think you guys should too.
You know, that's how we should start all of these, by just hyping up some weird new sleep thing that we're not sponsored for at all.
I'm down.
Just being like, hey guys, this is how I fell
Or
asleep
anything.
the other day.
Let's talk about anything, and then eventually,
Eventually we'll get
money,
to
please.
money. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, you're tired for
Okay.
a specific reason. Tell me
I
why
am.
You're tired.
So, to those of you who watched our last episode, I said at the end that I was going to a Starfall ball, and that was in Colorado. We are based in Southern California.
In case you
That was a
couldn't
bit
tell.
of a flight, and I gotta say, Fantastique ball collections. I think they were called.
Fantastique.
Fantastique.
Sounds like plastic tiara.
They threw a pretty great ball, if I do say so myself.
Yeah?
Like, it was a lot of fun.
That's why Alexandros' hair is darker and why he has tattoos.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have. Yeah, these aren't real, guys. I promise. These
Yeah.
are just the little resand
they
cosplay
look real.
moments. Thanks. They're not washing off, so that's great.
Oh,
It's just a little permanent thing now that I have to get to do.
lol.
Let me see. Where are they?
Are you
Yep,
looking for them?
Fantastique Collection. That's what they were called.
So did they rent out a space and put
Yeah,
is
there was
that-
like this ranch in Colorado.
Okay,
that they did.
ranch.
So guys, if you ever have the chance to, and there's one like ever convenient or close by, or like you ever want to take a little trip, I always strongly recommend doing it. This
Yeah.
was a really good time. Like,
That's like fun because I mean we just went to the Ren Fair and that was so fun. It's
Mhm.
kind of like that, but like
it was that,
more
but like
specific.
fancier and with an open bar, so it
Bougier.
was a lot better.
The open bar, that's crazy.
And I was worried. So the tickets were pretty pricey, like over $200.
There it
but
is.
oh yeah, that video back there. I think I'm at the very end.
You're
of
in
that
this video? Wait.
I think I'm at the end of it.
Okay, armor. That guy's
Dude, no,
serving.
so many people looked so great. Like I thought I was gonna like. Obviously, I'm gonna think I'm gonna be the hottest person somewhere, but no, that's a different video. I think
Phoenix Winter. Oh yeah,
that's a different one.
That was
That's from
last year,
2023.
huh?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I lit.
So
That's
I
so fun.
went in a full little like just a black suit tux.
He was giving
thing
resand.
essentially. So I dyed my hair, had some purple contacts.
Yeah.
Did the tats and stuff just to look a little spiffy. My girlfriend did Farah in her
Iconic.
Starfall dress.
You ate
Great
Rachel.
time. The other people we went with were Bryson Hunt and Nesta and Cassian.
So
and
cute.
it was all great vibes the entire time. There was a
Mhm.
little runway moment where we made the last moment of their little ad video. that they did.
Yeah, I saw the
So that
video.
was
You
nice.
guys ate.
Thank you very much.
We should
I
post
tried.
it if
I
if
couldn't.
everyone's okay with it.
Yeah, I'll post it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, for
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was worried that either the food was gonna be bad or like some.
they fed you.
Yeah, there was food too. Yeah, it was
This
all
is
included. That's why I'm like, this was
crazy.
kind of worth it for the most part.
Okay.
Like good vibes and like the lines for the drinks was never like crazy.
Open bar is wild. Was it
long.
like cocktails or was it
Yeah,
like
cocktails, fully set. Yeah, open
Whoa.
bar.
Were there themed drinks?
Yeah, they had themed drinks. I was
What did
getting
you drink?
it was some type of mule with mango, and it was supposed to be a mocktail, but I was just like put vodka in it,
Period.
and yeah, it was great, a lot of fun. It was really funny because as the night went on, you couldn't see the purple of my contacts anymore,
Mm.
so I just looked like I had these massively like wide pupils. And somebody like just thought I was tripping like hardcore, and I
I
was
love
like, "No,
that.
they're contacts."
That'd be
I
a wild
swear.
place to be tripping.
Mhm.
Low key. I have the craziest picture of you in here. I gotta find
Uh-oh.
it.
Oh,
Did you see these?
I've seen a lot of the pictures. Yeah,
Wait,
there
I
were a
gotta
lot
find it.
throughout the night.
I have to find
But let me just
this
see.
one. This photo, you don't look like yourself.
Oh yeah,
You guys,
There-
can you
there-
see?
let me see.
Look at him. Who is that?
Wow.
Look, you look like a cartoon character.
Yay!
Yay! Wild. Anyways, were any of you guys there?
Huh?
Were any of you? I said, were
Oh,
any
yeah.
of you guys there?
If you guys were there, I hope you had a good time as well.
Yeah,
I had a blast.
that's so
I
fun.
was running around. So many fun people. So many cool dresses and outfits there.
Mm,
Yeah, I have no complaints about it.
period.
That's not true. I didn't like the salad. The salad at the start.
Not
that was the only part.
salad.
But other than that, if the salad's all you can complain about, that's pretty good.
How fun.
Yeah,
I love that.
really good time. So, recommend going to a Starfall ball. I've been in my ACOTAR era
Period.
right now.
I love that.
Downloaded the audiobook just to listen to it on the plane.
Are you listening to
Good
the
time.
graphic audiobook?
Yes.
I didn't realize those were on Spotify. Did you know that?
They're on Spotify? No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I just got my month free of Audible, and I was like, all right, I'll
Mm.
just start binging this right
That's
now.
so
And I just
fun.
downloaded as many as I could before it expires.
Good idea.
I'm poor.
Yeah. Well, in case you guys couldn't tell, this is going to be a chatty one.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Um,
yapping.
We're gonna be yapping, not about anything particular, kind of about everything. Period. Um, wait, I actually want to ask you.
Oh,
Where are you in Bridgerton now? The show,
where am I in
maybe
Bridgerton?
possible.
I'm almost done with season 2.
Oh, I know you were out of town.
Yeah, I was out of town. I was busy. And I got so mad. Spoilers for season 2 of Bridgerton. Skip ahead a few seconds if you haven't heard this. But I feel so bad for Edwina because
I
that's so
know.
mean. That's so mean. And I'm like, I kind of get the ick for Anthony.
No,
I don't know.
it's
I can't
unfortunate
stand
all
that.
the way around.
I'm praying on his downfall now.
No,
I can't stand you proposing to this
No.
girl that you don't want to marry.
I love Edwina. Yeah, it sucks for her in that moment, but then it's like slay.
Mm.
Okay, whatever.
Here comes another bee sting. That's it.
Please
Take that, Anthony.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so today we're gonna be talking about hot takes.
Yes.
Bookish hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
Our hot takes. Your hot takes.
Let us know
Everybody's
if
hot takes.
there's any that you disagree with or fully agree with as we go through these.
We asked on our Instagram for people
Yeah.
to give their hot takes. But do you want to start with your hot takes or my hot takes?
Let's
or
start
their
with your
takes?
hot take right now. Let's start with one of
Okay,
yours right now. and
here's
we'll
what's funny
move
is
on as
I
we
was like,
go.
let's do hot takes, and then I realized that I'm a person who doesn't really have hot takes. I'm kind of a person who enjoys
Like,
it.
I like it all.
No, literally.
I'll make up shit to hate.
Exactly. I'm like, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna come in. Alexandros he's a hater, so he's gonna have a lot of hot takes. I guess he doesn't, but that's okay. Okay,
I got a few.
Got a
I
few,
just
got a
don't
few.
know how
Okay.
much time will fill.
this is a hot take, a SJM, I think hot take, and I think you agree with
SJM
me.
hot take. Okay.
I think personally that Crescent City and Throne of Glass, I don't know if you'll agree with me actually,
Mm.
are both better than ACOTAR. Ooh, spicy.
I think
Where do you stand?
I've said this before that the first Crescent City is her best book.
That's what you've said.
Yeah,
before,
so I agree at some points with that. I think Throne of Glass overall is a better series than ACOTAR just because I think the story comes together a little bit better.
Yes.
But I think the weakest parts of Throne of Glass and Crescent City are much worse than the weakest parts of ACOTAR. I think ACOTAR stays consistently
okay.
higher as opposed to if you read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and
Mhm.
Crescent City 2 and Crescent City 3, like those are not great ones to get
Whoa.
through.
I hear you. But I don't know. I feel I really love I finished ACOTAR and I was like, that was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. I still have to choke. Sorry. I finished.
Your subconscious knows you're lying.
No, I'm not lying. I finished Throne of Glass and I was like, that is one of my favorite series that I've ever read.
No, it was very good. Yeah, that's why I say like for overall
Yeah.
series, I'd agree, but I think the weaker points are much lower.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then Crescent City. I think when it's really strong, it's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah,
And I think
such a cool world that it's like
exactly.
It's tough. So that's why it's kind of weird that
I'm sorry, I'm struggling over here.
she kind of no pun intended that she kind of choked it a little bit with this series.
Right. But ACOTAR, I think ACOTAR is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a little bored. Whereas I don't think I get as bored with the other things. You know
I can see that. I can see that.
Upon rereading.
Oh, if you had to reread them, yeah.
Because I've been redoing most of ACOTAR, and I kind of am like, I don't care.
I will say I was getting kind of bored with ACOTAR. My favorite part starts at Under the Mountain, but I think that's pretty consistent with how most people feel about ACOTAR,
totally.
and that's when I lend my copy out to everyone. It's always just like, dude, what is this boring thing? I'm like, just get to this little festival and then get Under the Mountain. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, no, I like this.
Period. And I think I just care for. I'm still struggling over here. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. I care more for other couples than Feyre and Rhysand.
Mm-hmm.
I care more for. I care about Rune more than anyone else. Mm-hmm. But I care more for like even Hunt and Bryce. I care more for Rowan and Aelin. I don't care as much about. No offense. I mean, I love it. I'm like work.
Yeah, it's not like I just dressed up as Rhysand for a ball or anything. That's crazy.
Yeah, sorry, not my guy. Like, love it so hard for everyone who loves it. It's just, and I do love it. Like, I'm not saying I hate it.
Yeah.
It's just not my most favorite.
No, that's what's crazy.
And
I don't think it's that hot of a take. I kind of
I think so too. Because I also don't really care for Feyre.
Mm.
I don't hate Feyre.
There's been a lot of Feyre hate building in the community.
Yeah, I don't hate Feyre.
Even like in our messages, people were kind of like, "I'm so done with Feyre." And I'm like, "Yo, hold on. When did this start? I thought we were all vibing with Feyre."
And I don't dislike
Little
Feyre.
Miss can't read.
Yeah, I don't dislike Feyre. I just know that I like Bryce and Aelin more. You know?
Okay,
and I even like Nesta more, to be honest.
That's fair. Nesta grows on you a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm just a hater of Nesta since this is my hot take. Should I pick
Go ahead,
my hot
please.
take right now?
Yeah.
I think people would be able to swallow like Nesta being a likable character if she just chopped that wood in the first book.
Yeah, I don't.
All she had to do was chop wood, and all of a sudden, I would like her book a lot more. I would just be like, I want you to stay drunk and depressed. That's right, you deserve it.
Yeah, no, I follow you.
All she had to do, like, I even support her being a hater for her dad, being like, yeah, I'm gonna let us starve to death just so you can suck it. I'm like, respect it, all right, but chop that wood.
Yeah,
just chop that wood. That's it.
Valid. Pull your weight a little bit, girl. Especially you're the oldest. Like, you kind of have to do some stuff, you know? Yeah, I mean, as an oldest sister, I'm like, girl, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
You'd chop that wood.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't leave it up to my sisters. Okay, what else? Oh, there's some... What?
Your next hot take.
My next hot take?
Yeah.
Should we go with, like, hot takes that have to do with each other? Or should we go...
We can just, like, go as it goes,
okay.
You know?
My next hot take
When have we ever been, like, too serious about
That's true. My next hot take is... And I don't think this is that hot either. But it's okay to DNF a book. Do you push through books when you don't like them to finish it? You disagree?
I've read a lot of things that I don't like just because I want to be done.
Yeah, but why? Why put... That's what I think people...
I'll say you have to be past a certain threshold.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'll let you finish.
No, it's okay. I just think like... So a lot of people are like, I hate reading. And I always tell people, I don't think you hate reading. I think you haven't found stuff that you like to read, and you force yourself to read too many things that you hate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think you just haven't found your thing, and you've been forcing yourself to like what everyone else likes, and you don't like it. Therefore, you hate reading. You know what I'm saying? I understand not having the like capacity, like if you can't sit down and you struggle with like focus. I understand that. But I think that if people found books that they liked, they'd read more.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like food. You know, you'll eat what you like.
Yeah. But like, if you don't like it, why put yourself through it? If I don't like a TV show, I'm not going to keep watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are wacky about books a little bit.
I'll say that like depends on how far in you get. Like I stopped reading Blood and Ash because I got like 5 chapters in and I just wasn't feeling it. But I also think I was hitting the end of my hyperfixation on reading for a bit. So I definitely should go back and
I
start
haven't
reading
read
it again.
those.
Apparently they're phenomenal. Apparently Castile and Poppy are where it's at.
Okay.
I just couldn't do it and I fell off.
That's valid.
But I think that if you're at least halfway through and you're still like not really feeling it, I think that at that point, usually what I do is I just push through. I'm like, because sometimes, especially with a lot of fanfics, that they won't be good, but then they'll do something interesting at the end. Like I just read one where it did that. Like I won't say what it's about or anything too much, just because I didn't like it that much and I don't want to be shitting on it.
Period.
But like the ending happened, I was like, oh, that's an all right ending. All right, you kind of recovered there a little bit with something interesting.
I understand. I just am like, why am I going to put myself through it? You know? Oh shoot. This is one of my famous DNF stories. DNF meaning did not finish, in case you don't know. Spoilers for Looking for Alaska by John Green.
Oh no, my favorite book that I haven't read.
I read Looking for Alaska and I never finished it because when that bitch died, Alaska, in Looking for Alaska, died, I threw the book and I was like, I'm done. I was over it. I can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No, not if like you're reacting that emotionally to it.
I was like, I literally was like, I'm pissed. I can't. And I've never finished it to this day.
That's crazy.
And that was probably like,
I might have to disagree with that one. If you're feeling
ago.
that much about it, then
yeah, I couldn't. I was so mad. Whoa. Hello?
Breaking your mic there.
It was falling. Am I okay?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're okay.
Good.
Yeah.
See, that's why you should finish it. Everything else is falling down around you.
Yeah,
now
it wasn't my gag, everybody. If I'm pissed, I'm pissed, and I'm not gonna finish.
All right, I respect that mentality. Of like, I don't want to.
Period.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned Alaska, that reminds me. Have you ever read the Percy Jackson series or the Heroes of Olympus, the sequel series?
I've started it. I think I read the second one, and I was over it.
The second one involves Alaska for Heroes of Olympus, and that's why that made me think of that, because I just started rereading the Heroes of Olympus, and got...
Did I read that?
Son of Neptune.
I can't remember now. I think I did. Wait, let me look at my Goodreads.
Fake fan, as a Percy Jackson stan, and
I've never claimed to be a Percy
connoisseur.
Jackson
No, as me, as
okay,
one.
Okay.
I have to say that's very disappointing to hear.
I'm sorry.
So I just started rereading it, and it got me thinking for the hot takes that this might be one that either people agree with or don't. I think book boyfriends peak at Percy Jackson. No one can beat Percy Jackson as a book boyfriend. You just can't do it. Can't do it for me. He's the best one.
Young.
No, because he was 16 when I was 16, so he's still my age technically.
That's valid.
He's still technically older than me. I was 10 when he was 15 technically.
True.
So he's technically older than me.
Why do you say that?
I think because now that I'm rereading The Heroes of Olympus, which is kind of a Percy Jackson hype moment, because you get to see him through other people's POVs. I was thinking, I think he could probably this is the hot take part. I think he could probably beat most of the characters in the Sarah J Maas universe. Peak Percy Jackson.
Oh no, I've never read those. I read the Trials of Apollo.
Oh, you skipped that whole series. All right, yeah.
Was I supposed to read that first?
Heroes of Olympus comes first, yeah.
I think I'm just stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
And my thought is that all these other book boyfriends that I always see of people like happen, I'm like, who's stronger? Zayden, Rhysand, ooh, and I'm always just like, we'll start as Rhysand stronger, and then Zayden. That's an easy pick right there. But two, I think Percy Jackson solos.
I mean, hi God, yeah.
I think, yeah, literally.
Yeah. I can
That's it.
vibe with that.
Peak Percy Jackson with his Styx powers and everything like that. Yeah, he's winning.
Period.
He's winning that.
I like it. I guess that I'm really behind on my Percy
I thought you were a bigger
Jackson
Percy Jackson fan. I'm sorry.
I thought I was too.
This would have been more discussion.
I've read all of the originals, but and you know what? Because I was big into it for a moment. I reread them all last year, and I was like big into it. And then I was like, wait, I was like Googling which series comes next because there's so many series, and I think I got led astray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darn.
I know, because I wanted to read the new one.
You got to come to me when it comes
I
to
know
Greek
I should have asked
mythology.
the source. Sorry.
The authentic,
Yeah.
the root
Period.
of mythology.
Okay, wait. Okay, I have another
All right.
hot take. I am sorry if this is offensive to anybody. I am so not interested in mafia or billionaire romances.
Yes, I
I
agree.
couldn't be less interested.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And we actually had someone in our thing say the same thing. And I was like, period, I said that too.
Mhm.
Because I don't need all my romance to be fantasy. I don't need
Yeah.
just romantasy. But I love just a romance. Like Emily Henry is like one of my favorite authors.
Mhm.
But I've like mafia. I don't like, we've said this before, I don't like major power imbalances when it comes to like
A relationship.
a relationship and like especially like when it's so human.
Yeah,
You
like
know what
when
I'm
they're just
saying?
when it's just a normal dude that like is a little nepo baby that made a little trust fund.
Yeah,
other men,
I
I'm like,
don't like it.
okay.
Like Neon Gods.
alright.
That's why that was not my gag.
Yeah, Neon Gods wasn't my bag for a bunch of reasons, but like
No.
I think it's the same reason why someone like 50 Shades of Grey, which is like the
I
biggest
read
one,
that
I think,
when I was like 15.
when we're talking about it.
It's
Yeah, the
crazy.
billionaire,
Yeah, it's
everything. I'm
like,
just like, I think I hate the rich. I don't know.
that too. But I'm like, it's giving boring. It's giving,
Yeah.
and like the mafia, I'm like, I don't really care. Don't come
Mm,
after me, but I don't really care. You know?
yeah, I
If
do.
it's not magical, or if it's not like coming of age, dealing with like things, I'm
Sure,
like,
yeah.
meh. Because I'm a big literary fiction stan.
Mhm.
Most of what I read actually is like lit fic. So like big books that aren't heavy on plot but are super heavy on like character development and characterization and all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. That's what I love to read. That's why I love Sally Rooney. And I think even Emily Henry kind of dips into that, even though she is contemporary romance. You don't really get that with books like that. And listen, we are obviously so here for the smut, and I understand that that's what those books usually are there to carry. But me personally, I need a bit more of like an emotional, like
Mm,
character arc to care.
that can pivot me to my hot take.
Please take it away.
I know you said we're here for the smut, and I know that we're the smut couch, but my
Mhm.
hottest take is gonna be I don't really care about smut. I honestly, I like the
Change the
build
name.
up. Yeah, the meh couch.
Okay,
It's
so go
okay.
ahead.
What I mean by that is that there are some like so many times that like a scene just will kind of start dragging on when it gets to that content,
Mhm.
and I'll just kind of start skimming through. I'll just be like, no, all right, cool. I get up. She's still breathing in a pillow. Cool. All right, let's keep on flipping on through. I'm much more inclined towards like the scenes of like, oh, and their fingers brushed or something like that.
Well, yeah.
I like
yeah.
the build up
The
to
tension.
the tension.
The
Yeah,
tension
yeah, exactly.
is a lot of times
It's so
more-
much better.
I
Yeah.
know, I fully
So that
agree.
once they've, you know,
Yeah. Then
once
what's
they've banged,
next?
I'm like, all right, well, can we just start skipping through these scenes now? It's like taking up
Right.
a lot of this stuff. I want to see where this plot's going now. So I'm kind of the
Yeah.
opposite, where like I like the plot
Yeah.
better than like, and I'm like, oh, and they've kissed. Okay, there they go.
I'm not saying I
They're
don't
still
like
smooching.
plot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like plot. I'm just saying that I want the characterization too. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there's like a plot happening. That's what I feel like can happen with like Neon Gods. I was like, okay, well, who are these people?
Yeah, I had
That's what
no
we were
clue.
saying
Yeah.
the whole time. We didn't understand who Hades was. I want clear and concise characterization, you know?
Yeah.
And I need everybody to be in a different spot at the end than they were in the beginning.
Yes.
You know, I need an arc.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Plot is slay. I obviously want plot, but I just want it to mean something. Because what's plot without the journey, like the
Mhm.
internal journey? What is the plot for?
Yeah. There's no growth. nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting really smart right now.
We're so
You guys
big
feel
brain
like
guys.
we're really smart?
My brain,
I feel like that was kind of really smart.
massive. The dye has seeped into my brain,
Me too.
and it's just really like,
Wow.
ooh,
That was
increasing
getting
this flow.
intelligent. Oh.
All right. Do you got one or should I go again?
I have some more.
Okay, let's hear yours.
Not everything has to be a series. I feel like a lot of books right now, a lot of people are trying to pump out the next
Oh, I
big
see what
series.
you mean.
We're trying to
Okay.
pump out the next Akatar.
Mm.
Trying to pump out the next Hunger Games. Whatever. And
trying to
I
get their
think,
bag, so I respect the
which
hustle.
I like so respect, but I also think that there's something like let's have other stories. It can
Mm,
be like just a one and done. That's why I think I really gravitate towards this like
little
literary.
contemporary things, yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna be one contained story.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, you love to hear like if you care about characters, it's lovely to see where they go. And I love
Yeah.
there's a time and place for big epic sagas, and there's a
Mhm.
time and place for that. But I also think sometimes we're forcing it.
Yeah, I think there's a huge issue in like the book talk or like book community, whichever
Mhm.
one we want to call it right
Yeah,
now, where a lot of these things are being stretched out or like I think it's why we see so many of like the same title and everything like that all over the place. If
yeah,
it's like the sword queen, blah blah, and it's all the
it's all the
swords with
same.
crowns
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
flowers and stuff, and it's all like a trilogy and something. And reading some of these, and I'm not gonna listen to anyone because I don't want to be like a
We're
hater
not
to some
trying to
of
shit
these.
on
Yeah, yeah.
anything specific.
But as the generalization, it's that some of these are just really scraping the bottom of the barrel and not really doing anything new.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
would much rather some of these authors, like, I get that, once again, I get it. It's a business. You're
Trying
doing
to get your
what
bag.
what the
So
trend is.
valid.
The reason why it's happening, there are so many of these same titles and covers, is because it's what's selling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But get one big bigger story in there then, if
Yeah,
anything, and have it be better than like this
I
kind of like
agree.
two-dimensional
That's kind of
style of thing.
to kind of veer off of that though. That's kind of what a big conversation I've been seeing on TikTok
Hmm.
is about BookTok and TikTok's um influence on the like book like
Yeah.
literary world and like literary business. It's very interesting because people have been saying like BookTok and TikTok is turning like books and like publishing basically into fast fashion.
Yeah, I think that's
Which
what
I'm
was
like,
happening with Fourth Wing, I think, is
and
that it was pumped
exactly.
out, and that's why there were so many problems with its production.
Which I think is valid, but I think that is such a double-edged sword because people are like, BookTok is making like TikTok is making book like whatever. It's fast fashion. It's bad. It's this and that. Which like I can see there's a lot of overconsumption in books right now. I feel
Yeah.
there's a lot of people just buying books to buy it that have. I'm guilty of it. I buy things just to have them all sitting on my shelf that I
Yeah, but
don't
that's
read. Yeah, yeah. But we're like making more because of TikTok. This is an argument. I'm not saying that.
yeah.
I'm just saying we're making more than we need essentially, because things are blowing up and whatever. And while I think that there's that validity in that argument, I also think that book talk is also a kind of a blessing because people saying that like the reading is dying and like
Yeah.
publishing world is dying. I don't I don't know about that because
Yeah.
the more
It's shifting, if
it's
anything.
shifting.
And that's always gonna happen.
Exactly. And I'm talking to more, and maybe it's just the nature of this, but even just at work, more friends than ever are reading.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially our age.
My beat up copy of Akatar that I just got back is any
Yeah.
indication. That Miss Girl is getting passed around.
Right.
She's getting used and abused.
I know it looks
My copy of
crazy.
Akatar is so fucked up, guys.
It
You have
is.
no idea.
But like I can understand. That's just what I want to say. Like I can understand people saying that it's kind of the overconsumption, whatever. But like there's also the positive.
Yeah.
But also, let's create some quality over quantity, people.
It's the same thing that's happening, and I'm sorry about this tangent, guys, but it's the same thing that's happening like in
I'm
Hollywood
not sorry. I think
right
this is
now.
interesting.
Where, these massive overflated budgets for movies are getting pumped out and then no one's going to the theaters to see them. One, movies
Same
are
thing.
just really expensive and I can just wait for streaming that I'm already paying for
Exactly.
anyways. But it's this type of thing. And I saw a very interesting TikTok that was like, the industry is really going to have to shift in the next few years. Otherwise, these studios are just going to keep getting beat down over and
Yeah.
over again, not realizing why. But it's something about, stars are making $50 million for showing up in this movie. Like The Rock, I think, is getting paid $50 million for his Amazon movie. And it's like, what? Who's worth $50 million
That's
for showing?
crazy.
Like, I'm not going to watch this movie because The Rock's in it. Like,
Yeah.
personally, I'm not going to watch this movie at all anyways. But like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
clearly I'm not the market. But a lot of these, there needs to be a huge look at like the entertainment industry overall,
As a
whether it's
whole.
books, any form of content, honestly, because
I agree.
what's going on is not working and we're all feeling that. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of burnout is happening just in the world in general.
And there's so much.
'Cause
There's
no
more.
escape.
There's more free entertainment now than ever. Like this, for example, that we're
Yeah.
the internet is free entertainment. So why do people want to pay? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
Exactly.
it's interesting. It's
Well,
definitely
Certus, I never want to pay ever. That's
I
why,
mean, yeah.
guys. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't
I'm
say
not
what
gonna.
you're about
I'm
to
not,
say.
not piracy.
Okay, this is my last one from me. And it is that teenage girls are the backbone of the literature world.
Yes. Okay.
Period.
Teenage
And
girls
I
are
don't
the
think that's
backbone
a
of
hot
every
take.
industry.
Exactly. And y'all need to put some respects on their check. Okay? Everyone makes fun of teenage girls. I've gone on this tangent before.
I don't. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that joke. Never mind. Go on.
Everyone makes fun of teenage girls, whatever. But teenage girls are the ones showing up to the movies. Teenage girls are the ones buying the books. Teenage girls dictate, and I'm 28, but I am lumping myself into this. Don't get it twisted. I'm a teenage girl on the inside, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Teenage girls, okay? Like I'm 28, but like teenage girls and like the girly pops, I guess I should say. Why are you laughing?
It's just the way you keep going. Never mind.
I
Hold
know,
on.
I'm like, fuck, I'm old. But we like dictate, and we meaning like I was a teenager during like Twilight. We dictate what is
Yeah, it's the same thing with like
famous.
Hunger Games popped off as well.
Hunger
That was a
Games, teenage girls. Twilight, teenage girls.
That's why
And-
we had that whole dystopian movie era, teen
Mhm.
dystopian with like Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner,
Exactly.
teenage girls.
Fantasy is the biggest thing in the world right now because of teenage girls.
Mhm.
Period. We
Yeah.
need to get. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but like these movies, these.
Get a
these-
teenage girl as a CEO
Get-
right now.
Well, get the teenage girls as a CEO, but you need to figure out how to get the teenage girls into the movie theater. You need to figure out how to get the teenage girls buying your books again. Then you're set.
Yeah,
They dictate pop culture.
that's the market.
Period. Yes.
Period.
And I am one, even though I'm a 28-year-old teenage girl, okay? Those are my hot takes. I don't think that a
Those are
lot,
good.
a lot of them are really hot. I just
That one you got passionate about though.
girl, yeah. The teenage girl inside of me always,
Mhm. She's still fighting for her movie to be made. Not like about you, but like the one that you wanted when you were a teenage girl. You're like, this book
Yeah.
needed to be made.
Well, I mean, true, but I also
Oh.
Twilight is so my thing. What?
I can talk about another hot take that just popped into
Go
my
ahead.
mind that I did have. When it comes to adaptations from books, like book adaptations,
Yeah.
I don't think live action is the way to go.
Period.
I know that they were talking about the ACOTAR series that like got canceled because it was supposed to be on Hulu or something, and then talks fell through.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. But I think that for high fantasy in general, anything that's going to involve a lot of special effects, unless you're going to have this Game of Thrones level budget for the sets, animation, not animation,
CGI.
CGI, all the special effects and everything, it's gonna look
Bad.
kind of shitty.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna look cheap
gonna
and
give Once
crappy,
Upon a Time.
and you're gonna be and like there's a place for Once Upon a
I
Time. Don't
love
get me
Once
wrong.
Upon a
Yeah, but like that's personally not ever what I want
Yeah.
when watching something like this new Percy Jackson series that came out. Circling back to that is I think a good example of that, where I feel that when adapting things from book, you should go animated because the budget can be used more fully.
Yeah,
In that
I
sense, you
agree
can
with
take
you.
your time. You can do there are some really beautiful animation styles out there right
Mhm.
now.
You know that they're readapting Twilight into an animated series.
They are.
Yeah.
They're doing it right then because this
I'm
Harry
so
Potter series that
excited.
they're redoing right now, I think it's gonna bomb so bad.
No one wants it.
I haven't seen a single positive thing about it.
Yeah. My hair.
Granted, it's still very early in the stages, and like this is not to shit on anyone who's gonna like get cast in
No,
that
no,
or
no,
anything
not
like
at all.
that are just trying to get just
I'm mad at the
being working
studios. I'm
actors.
not mad at anybody.
But it's just one of those things that it's like, why would you do something that's like already gonna be like tying your feet together when like you could go for this whole new medium that you can really artistically explore and see this world really brought to life.
and could probably do you better like when it comes to like critical like reviews.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because this is kind of another hot take. I'm tired of Henry Cavill being the fan cast for every single fucking role.
Yeah, same.
I love Henry Cavill. Don't get me
He's
wrong.
hot, but
He's
next.
daddy. But like,
Yeah.
let's
I agree.
mix this up a little bit. He's not Reese Cassian Tam. All this. I like
Yeah.
those bits where it's just
They're
cast him as
funny.
every.
Yeah. No,
as
I
everything,
agree
but,
with you.
like, And it's so for like an ACOTAR series or anything in this universe, they should absolutely pursue animation because there's no way that any of these random men are gonna fit our like idealized versions of these characters.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And
Oh,
like,
good
I
take.
think that's why we like fan art so much when like scrolling through Instagram. It's
Yeah.
'cause it's kind of better than just some dude.
I agree.
Yeah.
Period. You ain't
On
with
the
that.
CGI screen. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I know some people hate that though. Like I've brought that up to people and they're like, no, I can't stand watching
Why
animated things."
not?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Have y'all seen Howl's Moving Castle I Live?
That's a great time.
He's hot.
Miyazaki
Yes.
of all stuff.
Period. Got more hot takes?
What else is there? Yeah, I've got to like. I can just keep going unless you
Keep
wanted
going.
to.
No, I gave
You
you
know
all
me.
mine.
I will yap and never let anyone get a word
Yappin'.
in.
Do you give us a few more and then we'll go through what people
Sounds
sent
good.
us?
I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but it's this current meta of book titles of like the joke one is a bowl of mac and cheese.
I've never heard
You
that.
haven't
That's
did-
so
so-
funny.
The fantasy format is a blank of blank and blank,
Right,
which means
totally.
that a bowl of mac and cheese fits
That's
that
so good.
outline, like a court of thorns and roses, a bowl of mac and cheese.
That's so good.
And it's all these things of like the fallen court of doves or whatever.
Right,
like these
right,
are just
right.
like if you like AI generated all of these things, you'd be
They
able
all
to
sound
find.
a little AI.
And it's all the titles and covers have like swords and flowers and rose. And like when we were covering Powerless,
Mhm.
and I was telling some of our friends at work about like, oh, this is our next one. They're like, oh, I haven't heard about that one. What does the cover look like? I'm like, kind of looks like everything. And then some
Yeah.
guy sitting on the couch is like, I'm gonna guess what it is. It's got a sword and some brown leaves, and we're like, no, they're green leaves. Like, oh, okay, cool. And like
Yep.
just the primary colors.
Yeah, they all look the same. Totally.
But this is something that like every industry kind of gets into. I know
like-
this isn't
Go ahead.
our audience's cup of tea, but like manga as like a type of book, they hit a new like trend where they don't have titles anymore.
Oh.
They just have the authors just put a description as the title.
Oh.
So I kind of want to do this for like but like it'll be something of like that time I got reincarnated as a slime or something like that. So for like the book like comparable version to that would be for Akatar or something like that. I was thinking that time I accidentally killed a fae and now I have to and I get kidnapped by a high lord or something like that.
Yeah.
And that would be the title for A Court of Thorns and Roses instead.
That's so
like the
funny.
equivalent.
That's like there's a book called, what is it called? The time I something a demon. Something a demon. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But there's a book like that.
Oh,
Some books are starting to do that.
that's kind and I kind of like the shit posting aspect.
Time I got drunk and married a demon. Time I got drunk and fell in love
yeah,
with a demon.
it'd be something like
That's
that.
what it is, I think.
Yeah, I think another one would be like They Both Die in the End or
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
But that's like still like in technically a title.
Mhm.
Like Court of Mist and Fury is that time my fiance locked me up, so I married his arch nemesis or something. Like that.
I love it.
And I kind of want to do that for all of them.
Yeah.
And like that
You
could
should
actually
start doing
I should
that
post
as a
those or
bit.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's actually but like
Good idea.
we just need some new type of trend for titles
Oh, yeah.
right now and
They're all the
covers.
same. The time I got drunk and saved a demon. See? I was
Gotcha.
there. I
Okay.
hear that is great.
I love that title.
I've heard that it's really fun.
But like that hooks me a little bit more just because I feel like it's gonna be silly vibes.
Right.
Which I guess that might not be what the authors are going for, but currently
No, that one's supposed to be silly vibes.
this meta of just the queen of swords and
Shadows.
shadow
That's
whatever
probably
you
a
know
word.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's just not sparking joy anymore, and I think there was a time where like it could have you would have been like ooh, but now that there's so much saturation
Yeah.
out there, I think we need something new.
Switch
And I
it
don't
up,
know what it's
baby.
gonna be, whether it's like one word titles or just a whole synopsis on the title.
Yeah, we need to go somewhere. I agree with you.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good one.
So how about this? What would you rather have as the new cover meta instead of swords and
Well, listen, to be honest, I'm a sucker for those like vintage romance books with the pictures of like the guy and the girl. You know what I'm talking about?
oh, like with the actual
I
photos of like
love
the guy's
those.
abs and stuff like that?
Yes! They're just like cheesy, like you're getting into the like what were those called? The like
The 90s romance
the
or
90s
something
like
that?
there's something mass something printed books. Those I love
Just
those.
mass print?
The original, the original Bridgerton covers are so cute.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like just stuff like that. I
I'll-
love those.
I hate movie covers on books or like series covers.
You hate
know what I mean?
tie-ins?
Like
The movie tie-ins? Is that what you mean?
is that what they're called? Like when the cover is
Like
from
my
the movie?
Bridgerton book.
Yeah, the Bridgerton
Yeah.
book that we just did where it was like
yeah.
the actors for it, I hated that. I hated it when they did it with The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I'm like,
I kind of think it's fun.
then we disagree about it. Finally, we disagree about
I kind
something.
of think
Look
it's
at us.
fun. I think like, but maybe that's just me wanting to buy everything.
I don't.
But
Then that'll be a hot take for me. Is that I hate that.
I like
think
it
it's
because I
so
want
lazy.
both. I'm like, it's fun.
No, I want cool artwork and like
Yeah,
inspired
yeah.
from it. That's not part of
I feel
the
you.
studio's
But
thing.
am I gonna treasure my Romancing Mr. Bridgerton copy with Nicola Coughlan and Luke Newton on it?
Yeah.
For my whole life.
Okay.
For my whole life. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? I do hate. This isn't a hot take. Everyone feels this way. When there are stickers on it that are, first of all, when they're not removable.
Oh, yeah,
that's
when it's like
so
now
annoying.
on Netflix or something
That
like
is
that.
so.
You're
When
like,
it's like a copy, like a normal copy, now streaming, I'm like,
get that
boo.
off.
Or when the stickers are so hard to freaking take off.
I'm kind of a god at getting those stickers off. I'm
Are
not
you?
gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know how, but
I'll get it next time.
I just take my time and I'm just bring them to work next time. I'm just being
Yeah, it's so annoying. But I don't think that's a hot
defusing
take.
a bomb.
either.
Just like stay on target.
Yeah, it's giving drama. But yeah, I think we should go back to the like 90s mass printed.
That's what you like.
Those.
I completely disagree.
You
I will always. I don't know what I want. Like, I think something unique from the
Unique?
world that has been built there. Like, if the world that has been built by this author is the exact same as every other one, that's already a sign that like there's no real need to read it.
Mhm.
But like, if there's something like for the book that I'm writing, like stars and skies are a huge.
I like you're telling me you don't love that? The
That's
blind and buttonless horseman, that's crazy. He never watched where he was going because he couldn't see.
that's got to be fake.
See, I love
That has to be fake.
Carol, you ate with that.
There's no way.
That's crazy.
That's so funny.
Oh, you guys, if you're not watching this,
Maybe
this
that
is
has to be the new
wild.
meta. Just good vibes in the title. Just like this is fucking
I think
stupid,
that's
but we love
exactly
it.
what-
Yeah.
Yeah, because when it's stupid, I'm like, yes. That's so good. And like in terms of like contemporary romances, I'm sick of these little cartoon covers. I'm sick
Yeah.
of them. I'm sick of them.
I'll take that over like at least it's like some type of unique art or some.
When
like
it's
somebody
unique,
did
but
it.
all of them look the same.
How about this? How about our artwork? What do you have to say about our
No,
artwork?
because that doesn't
Cutesy
look.
contemporary, no?
No, I think ours Trent. Well, because those look all like AI generated.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm never mind. I know what you're
This
talking
is
about now.
like fully hand drawn by Trent.
Yeah, this is the hand drawn by our friends.
Yes, of us. But when it's you know what I'm saying? When they're like
Yeah, yeah.
faceless and like it looks like it's traced off of another photo. I hate that.
Yes, I understand what you mean. Okay.
Like all the Tessa Bailey.
I'll
books
say
all
a
look the same.
title that did something a little bit different. One of the covers for Bride, I think, did it a little bit better. But I think Bride also had one of those faceless
Mhm.
covers that you aren't a huge fan of. But like the one that I had was just of like her dress or something like that, and I think that was something
Yeah.
that was at least unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always like if anyone knows Olivia Blake. I mean everyone knows Olivia Blake. She's iconic and she's also a Dramione writer. I always like her
Which one
book
did she write?
covers. Clean.
Oh, okay.
And
Clean.
those?
We have to do clean.
Yeah.
All right.
But all of her books have really nice covers always.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like something unique. That's how I am with everything. I want something just a little bit different. Like
Yeah.
even though Bride like wasn't my favorite, it was written kind of sillily and like I
It
was
was
able to
different.
chuckle
It was
while reading it.
fun.
That's
It
all
was
I
the
need.
perfect blend of silly contemporary romance and fantasy, which I think is something we don't get a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Period.
All right. Should we go to the?
Yes, let's go to
Let's go to
everybody's-
some of the ones that you guys sent us on our Instagram.
Let me open it. Okay.
Go through.
I love how I was just looking at it and then they all disappeared.
It's all right. I have them.
I got him. Okay, so here's a one. Fourth Wing is not worth the hype and high key a ripoff of Throne of Glass. And there's another one that says Fourth Wing is juvenile and all the characters are annoying.
People are hitting on Fourth
Is there
Wing.
another Fourth Wing one? I think those are the only two.
Those are. I have actually a funny story about this. One is that like I don't think it's a ripoff of Throne of Glass. Actually, I think there's a lot of things that do like tournament school type of stuff. So I'd be hard pressed to call that one a ripoff of Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
I do think there's nothing unique about Fourth Wing, and it's.
Yeah, I agree.
I also have to agree that I don't get why it popped off as much as it did after reading it. Like I enjoyed the first one. I thought,
I still haven't read the second one.
yeah, it was interesting. The second one took all the momentum out for me, and this one got me a lot of heat when I was talking about it. Like, dude, I did not like the second one.
I think
Nothing
a lot of
happened.
people didn't like the second one.
All of my friends apparently they were like, "Oh my god, I binged it in like a day," but like,
That's why I haven't read it because I've heard the exact opposite.
um,
But I can agree with you. I think Fourth Wing is fun, but I think it's nothing new.
Yeah, I liked it for what it was. Like I was in my car after work one time reading the trial, the threshing. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Where like she gets her dragons and stuff like that.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I was reading in my car, just like
Yeah.
binging through it. But a friend of mine the other day was reading it, and she was talking about how like she can't get through it, and like they just described Zayden as hot 3 times, and she was annoyed by that. And then another one of my friends across the room shouts, "Isn't it fucking dumb?" And like she was on her hater shit for
Who
this
was
book.
it?
I don't know why. I'll tell you after. I don't know if they
Okay.
want to be mentioned on the
Okay.
podcast right here. They know who they are. But like I was just sitting there like, oh my God, I've never like
Wow.
reacted this viscerally to it. She was like, I hate that this is a popular book. It's awful. And they were just dishing it out
Word.
right now, being like the writing is terrible. I'm like, and I just to defend, success as like a monetary level, I was like, I mean, she got her bag.
She
So
got her
like
bag, and
clearly
good for her.
that's the goal here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Making
yeah.
that money.
And I'm gonna be here for anyone getting their back, truly and
Mhm.
honestly.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to be there too,
Yeah.
make money.
But I agree. I can understand where you're coming from,
Mhm.
Bestie. Juvenile, I think that this is also an interesting time for books because I think the YA new adult thing, you
Mhm.
know about all this, right?
Yeah.
How there's such like a thing of like why new adult is basically YA just with smut. You know that?
Oh, is that I haven't heard new adult.
New
as
adult
a
is
thing.
basically
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what Akatar is considered new adult. So is Fourth Wing because they have like steamy. That's the difference. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
New
as opposed
adult.
to
So
just adult.
it's for people.
That's good. Yeah.
It's because the books are kind of made for people who are like 18 to like. I mean, obviously we're reading it, but 18 to like 20 in the 20s ish.
Yeah.
For younger people, so they are kind of a bit more juvenile
Mhm.
because they are touching their YA tropes and YA vibes, but
Yeah.
with sex.
But just yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah,
I like a new category being created.
Mhm.
New adult, sure. Yeah, because young adult wasn't qualifying for it. And
No.
then adult also.
Because
yeah.
these books aren't for kids; they're for older, but they are giving YA a little bit
Mhm.
in that.
Yeah.
Okay, other
This
ones.
was a controversial one at the start here. Aelin from Throne of Glass is boring. And
I disagree.
there are so many people that like love Aelin.
I
So that's
disagree.
interesting to
I
me.
prefer Halen. I prefer Aelin over Feyre.
Mhm.
I love Aelin. Truly, that bitch has been through it.
I always like characters when Kingdom of Ash spoilers potentially, or just when they go through it.
yeah.
If you guys have read Kingdom of Ash, she goes through it. I like characters when
that
they're
when
never
she's
happy.
locked in.
Take it off. Take it off.
Oh,
Take it off. Hey guys, take it off.
hurts.
How do you trigger a fandom? Which is one word. Take it off. Take it off.
Oh, it's so sad. No, I respect your opinion, but I disagree. I love Aelin. And we can go to our besties. Our friend said Feyre doesn't deserve anything good because all she does is complain. She do be complaining. This person.
To be fair, she's got a lot to complain about. I'd fucking hate my life if Nesta
Yeah,
was my
no.
sister.
No, okay, work.
But
But
to deal with that, no.
That's our friend Kristen. I don't think she'd mind me saying her name.
No.
She sent me like a 3-minute long voice message the other day talking about how much she hates Feyre.
That's a lot. I
It
don't.
was so funny. She's like the whole time. She's like, I get it. She's depressed. I get it. She's upset. But also, Kristen, thank you for literally watching. She watched all of our episodes.
Amazing.
Yeah, like in like.
That's why we hit
days.
10,000 listens.
Yeah,
because it was all
because of
Kristen.
Kristen.
Guys, we passed 10,000 listens recently, so thank you so much to everyone who's been
Woo.
coming along to listen.
Yes, thank you.
Whether you're just checking out one episode or sticking around for all of them.
Yeah, it's slay.
It helps us out so much. You have no idea.
Mm-hmm. But she was saying she's like, yeah, all this bad stuff keeps happening to her, but all she does is dwell on it. And I was like, no, I feel you. And I did say to her, I was like, no, I think that's kind of a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people are kind of like, yeah, okay, Feyre. Especially in like Mist and Fury. But when she's like, I don't want to be here. She's like, I don't like anybody here. And like Rhysand's like showing her, this was her example. Rhysand's like showing her, Valara showing her around and she's like, I couldn't care less. Like, bro, you're in this like beautiful place. Be happy a little bit. But I get it. Trauma.
Just going through it.
Trauma.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of understand why people are like against Feyre for like a lot of things. Because like she doesn't always do something that's like
Yeah.
conducive to liking her.
Yeah. To wrap up the ACOTAR adjacent ones,
Mhm.
Someone also said that they think that Elaine will end up with Tamlin.
I've seen this theory
You
around.
have?
Yeah, because she's very springy and stuff like that. I saw one that I didn't agree with because they were saying that Lucian was lying about her being his mate.
Yeah.
But apparently everyone else sensed it too, so it would have to be like a full retcon
Oh.
if that's the case.
see.
And like I hate retconning so much. I'm
Yeah.
all for pivoting, if anything, and like
Yeah.
coming up with some other reason. But I always hate when writers are just like, and that's one of the reasons why I'm always like getting pissed at Sarah J Maas, because it's always just like she's like, so that's kind of solved itself and stuff like that. Like anytime she's hyping something up, I'm just like,
Bruh. Yeah.
girl,
feel
I
you.
respect just writing what you want to write, but also like don't hype something up then. Don't
Yeah.
go down this route if you're just gonna be like, never mind.
I feel you. I feel you there.
But I don't think she's gonna end up with Tamlin.
I don't think
that's
so
a really
either.
weird.
I think that'd be so
Thought.
bizarre. Yeah. But
But-
I love that thought that you have, my dear bestie. Another one on here is I'm so over the mind speaking power between couples. Please
that
just
happens
communicate.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It does happen a
don't-
lot. I'm a little sick of it.
I kind of was done with it in you haven't read the second Fourth Wing Iron Flame. Do you mind if
No.
I spoil a scene?
No, I
real
couldn't
quick?
care less.
Iron Flame, potential spoilers with the throne room scene. Just while Xaden's doing some fun things with Violet on a throne,
you're
she
talking-
quickly finds herself in his head
Yeah.
while he's given some head.
I think that's kind of slay.
No, but I was reading it. I was like, because like the way it was written was just kind of weird to me.
Oh,
At least I
was
was just
it?
kind of reading it. Was like,
You're like,
what?
okay,
Hold
for
on a
what?
sec. Oh, okay.
That's
all right.
Yeah. I'm currently reading
Grunge.
Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. It's
Mind
the
speaking again?
continuation of the Caraval series. And there's all of a sudden Mind speaking that. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I don't. There needs to be some
I'm really
other
enjoying it, by the way.
literary
but,
device
like,
to get through.
Yeah,
some
I
of these
think
things.
I think we're doing it a little too often, and I think it's a little bit of a cop out.
It feels like it's a lazy like way to.
Yeah,
It's a lazy crutch.
I agree.
This one was funny to me. Colleen Hoover is actually a great author. It's just mainstream not to like her.
I'm so sorry. I don't agree.
To be honest, I haven't read a single Colleen Hoover
I
book.
read Verity.
I have only seen like paragraphs and quotes, and like granted that's always taken out of context, but like I just haven't seen anything that like sparks joy for me at least.
Yeah, I love that for anybody who loves that, but not for me, you guys.
I'll support this stance that it is always easy to hate on the people that are thriving. Like she's getting her movie deal, she's getting her bag, making her money, and like what
Yeah.
we always say is we're always like, good on you. Good on you. for
Yeah,
doing that.
I don't really like
But I don't know.
there's a lot of spooky stuff between couples in her book.
Mm.
There's a lot of DV, domestic violence.
Ah.
And that's not my bag. And I thought Verity was not
A lot of that.
well, no, because Verity's like her only like one of her only like thriller books. And I just was kind of for what?
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. But if you live, I'm so
Yeah, if
happy.
you're a Colleen Hoover stand, I apologize for that meme I posted the
Yeah.
other day.
I don't. Okay, anyways. Do we have anything else?
I agree
here?
with this one here.
Mhm.
I'm tired of sassy heroines.
Okay.
And this is in the same thing of like the meta that's going on in it's just the industry right now of the swords, the crowns, the blank of blank and blank
Mhm.
titles, and then the female heroine always using her daggers, being all I'm gonna
There's a
not
lot of the
take
same.
any and it's cookie cutter.
Do you know what it's a little bit reminiscent of? It's a little bit reminiscent of what's driving me and my friends always talk about this as crazy with current Disney movies, where all the like quirky princess. And I've seen people talk about this like on TikTok.
Oh, like Moana.
Everyone
Asha.
since Rapunzel has been a repeat of Rapunzel's quirkiness.
It's because that one did so well,
It did,
apparently. right?
but Rapunzel, Anna, Moana, Asha, they all kind of give the same. Haha, did I just say that? That was weird. Which I think is the same thing that's happening in
I
books.
hate the hip thing.
Do you know what I
did too.
mean?
I know exactly.
what I
you
mean?
Oh my god, I hate how
They're like, oh,
quickly
that was
clicked.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what
the quirky different needs to be adjusted.
yeah, we need, and it's the same thing that's happening in books with all the sassy.
I saw a very interesting like thread. I think it was on TikTok where it was just somebody talking about how they're tired of like the female main character being like the dagger badass fighter and like trying wanting a book where it's like the femininity being embraced as like a power and stuff like that, where like their love, caring, and healing
Mm-hmm.
is like what makes them strong instead of like I can beat the shit out of you with my bare hands, blah 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 blah. And they wanted to see just something different, not like
Mhm.
that's like awful in a sense,
Yeah.
or just that like it's being done a lot right now, and I feel like we've lost the other side of it.
Right. I think it can tend to get a little pick me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a little bit, not like
Not
other
every time, but
girls.
like yeah.
Not every time by any means. But there's just it's giving a lot. I'm not like other girls, or that's why I think I really like Aylin as a character, because Aylin, though she is she can, I guess, sassy with her daggers, whatever, but she also loves pretty dresses, and she loves to dance, and she loves
Mhm.
like that kind of stuff. I think that sometimes there's this like there can be such like a rejection of femininity in these kinds of things,
Mhm.
in these kinds of books, when I'm like,
That's where like the sassy part comes out. Where it's
right,
like, I'm gonna always clap
like
back even if it doesn't make sense. You know?
and I'm better than you because I don't sit around in my frilly dresses, and
Yeah.
it's like, but why can't we be both? Why
Yeah.
can't there be both? Now,
There
on the
is room
flip
for both.
side,
Yeah,
do I think that a lot of these male men characters are copy pastes of each other?
absolutely.
And do I think we don't pay attention enough to that because they're hot men? Absolutely. And of course, the female character, not to get, but of course we pick it out more in the female characters than we do in the male
They're
characters.
the main character too. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But a lot of these guys, I think there's a lot of like we've just been saying this whole episode, there's a lot of copy and pasting happening throughout the industry.
Yeah.
And I think we can explore everywhere different types of heroines, different types of mailman characters, different types of romantic
Mailman
leads,
characters.
male main
They
characters.
deliver the mail. The mailman characters.
Main characters.
Not to be confused with the milkman characters.
Yeah. I just think that I'm not criticizing any one person, but I just mean let's expand our horizons everywhere a little bit.
This might also just be for us because we are reading a lot, either for this and just like in general. So we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. When some people don't,
Right.
Just may not read as much as we are. So our
Right.
lens might just be a little bit skewed.
Yeah. But
But we're seeing the problems, guys.
yeah. And I mean, that's not saying that I don't enjoy it, what we're reading. We are. But I'm just saying, yeah. I see, but I understand. It's the sassy heroine thing. I get it. Because a lot of these things I feel like a lot of people writing things read something that they really liked.
Yeah.
And then wrote something that is similar to that, which is so valid.
Yeah, the inspiration. You got to start somewhere.
So valid. Yeah.
But just do something different.
Yeah. Yeah. But I totally get what you're saying. Best.
Yeah.
This is so random. We're finishing up.
Yeah,
but,
we'll wrap up with this then, yeah?
yeah, this is my last thing. This is what kind of inspired me to do this. Is I saw a tweet that said that Throne of Glass is the same as Game of Thrones, is a ripoff of Game of Thrones.
No.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's not. But they were like, the fandoms just don't intersect. Yes, they do. You're wrong.
Yeah, I don't. That's just somebody who doesn't. That's a hot take. That's just from like either a chronically online or somebody
I
who
agree.
just doesn't get it. If like that's the same as saying all fantasy books are the same. Being like, well, Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones are exactly the same. No, there are similarities and inspirations, but there are such vastly different stories throughout that it's crazy to say that. Yeah, I get that there are dragons in both. Cool.
They're different.
The dragons are completely different in both too.
Period.
It's like
I agree.
Yeah, I don't. Where do you? What was similar about Throne of Glass and Game of Thrones?
I don't know. But anyways,
the word throne is in them, I guess.
Well, that's that, everybody.
Yeah.
Those were our takes. Do you guys have any? Please let us know.
Please, absolutely comment on what we got right, what we got wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Keeps us going.
For next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Big news.
Wait.
For next week, guys.
Yeah. So you do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
For the next book that we'll be covering, we apologize because I don't think, no offense to the author and their creativity, but I don't think it's gonna be very good. It is a goblin monster smut romance called Grunge
By Roxy Collins.
Yeah. And the cause of us reading this goblin romance is because we're gonna have a very special guest on with us next time.
We're gonna
I
have
don't know.
Should we just say?
Yeah.
Say we're gonna have Gobby the Goblin from the Renaissance Fair. If you guys are
Gobby
familiar.
the Goblin.
Yeah, he's gonna be here with us talking
Mhm.
about his
You
goblin
saw
romance.
that green little gremlin wobbling around,
Well,
screeching.
That he's gonna be right here with us.
He'll be sitting right down over there.
Or somewhere around here. I don't
And
know
we're
where
going to be
he's
talking about the nuances of goblin representation in,
Period.
in literature.
Yep.
So it'll be a little bit different. So
Yeah.
bear with us while we
We'll
do
see how that is. So if you want to read along, read Grunge by Roxy Collins.
that. It's going to be a choice.
It's gonna be
yeah.
something.
It's gonna be, we'll see.
All right, everybody.
Come back for the vibes, guys.
Well, thank you for listening.
See you next time. Bye.
Later. Okay, you're taller than me. Happy now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now let go of my arm. You're hurting me.